All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Oh, yes, the audio is back.
Guys.
Let's go.
Yes, the audio is back. Let's go. Yes, the audio is back, guys.
All right, guys. So while trying to sort out all that audio, you can see I was having microphone trouble. I decided, what am I doing? I decided to late jump into this short. So the reason why I did it is free finger spread. We've got a little bit of room and I want to run it back. The 5-minute chart's looking good for short at the moment. I still do think we've probably got more room to the upside. So it just really depends over these next couple of candles where we go. But if the shorts do, if we do go back long and then shorts start to fail again, so if we do go back long and then longs look like it fails again, it looks like we'll have quite a bit of room to go short again. So I will just up the contracts. There we go, that's better. So and also the reason why I took it as a short, so there wasn't much follow through on this big power bar. Shorts come in and then we took out the highs and there was no real follow through again. And then the shorts come in quite strong. Although there's no follow through at the moment with the shorts, it does set up promising to go short. If we pull up the 5-minute chart, let's see where our 5-minute chart target will be. We'll probably just run a Fibonacci. So we'll run a Fibonacci up this whole leg. Yeah, there's still heaps of room to the blue line and the red line. So we'll have a couple of different targets. We'll go arrow line. So we'll go target this blue line and we'll target this red line somewhere around there. So there's the potentials of where we could go short. If we do end up keep going long, at some point we're going to turn short again. So I'll just jump back in short. It's always easier to go long down here than it is jumping in super late and trying to go long up here. So let's see. Yeah, so those are the potential sort of targets on there. They're 5-minute targets. But I'll target closer to the blue line. And even in saying that, I still don't mind if we go long because it'll just mean we've got even more room to crash back down to the blue and red line. In terms of reversals, which one is this? I'd probably say it's a power bar reversal. And you could probably say a market law 4 as well. So it's probably number 1 and number 2. Kind of like a double top. We'll put up our 1-to-1. Risk reward. So yeah, there's our 1-to-1. I might increase the contracts a little bit. Oh, I didn't realize that there was so much, that the risk is quite big. It's 100 ticks. You can tell I'm slow today. All these errors that I'm making. So I mean, guys, if this was to stop me out anyway, I'll probably just call it a night. I didn't realize that 200 ticks. Oh no, I'll have one more trade left in me if this stops me out. So that's okay. That's why you normally want to set all this up before you jump on. And you got to know your risk before you get in. I'm still happy if this takes me out, but if it doesn't follow through, then it gives us even more confirmation that we'll probably be going short. It's the lack of follow through which I like. So this is, I'll pull up the 5-minute chart. This is looking good on the 5-minute chart. You don't want to overextend it. So all the way down here, 150 ticks is probably, you know, as far as you could probably go. Otherwise, it might take a couple hours to go all the way down there, which I'm not prepared to hold. The more ideal short in hindsight would probably be that color change right there. Less risk. Like that. Less risk. So probably better to take. Especially with 100 ticks at risk. Like I said, anyway, we got one more. If this takes me out, we got one more trade that we can take. So I'll just wait for it to fizz out and just go short again. Be a bit more ideal if this fails to push long. But we do have a lot of these components here. So we've got a power bar, which is that one there. We've got market law 4, which is usually like a double top. So it's a new high followed by little to no follow through. So it didn't really, you know, power through that. And then we've got the free finger spread, finger 1, finger 2, finger 3. You don't really want to be going long at these stages because we're quite far away. So shorts look better. So yeah, that stopped me out. That's okay. So I'll keep those there and we'll just wait. Probably a little more room will be ideal. Oh, that's a shocker of the follow through. So don't want to jump in too early. This looks really, really good. Two minutes left on the 5-minute chart. Oh. A lot of errors today. My mouse, the battery was running flat. So I'll put some lines, but I'll draw them on the 5-minute chart. And they'll just translate over to this. Push 1, push 2. Good. So those are the pushes, but I've drawn them in on the 5-minute chart. So you could say that that's push 1, that's push 2. If we do have another leg, it'll be there, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do. This black line I've drawn in, that's a 5-minute trigger short, which I'm just see how I'm going to enter it just below this candle. So there's 30 seconds left. So it's like we're struggling to go long, like weakness. So higher high, failing to follow through and no real follow through. So I want to take this short, and we want to go 1-to-1, and hopefully that gives us still some room. Yeah, back to the blue line. So I'll probably go 100 ticks, and we'll see where that leads us. The only thing with longs is this is in the top third of price with the Fibonacci, which generally means a rest. It's just that it's a little bit from everything. So that's my breakdown anyway. We'll soon find out if we are correct. So that black line I just drew in, that's another high that we probably will go take out. So that would be a better spot to reverse from. I thought this high, the other high, was going to be better. But I always prefer it goes a little bit longer. That way we've got more room to come back in the shorts. If there's more room to short, it means that there's more money to be made. There's a lot of room on the 5-minute chart. So if we got a full 180 here, then I'll be happy to take that. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. But I wouldn't mind. I don't want to jump in too early. All right, guys, we're getting super close. There we go. So now probably clean my charts up a bit. So that's probably where we're going to target. We're going to target this section. If I can get some follow through on the short, that'll be really, really. So we want to take out this black line. Guys, I'll be back. Just got to change my battery. All right, guys, what we miss. Not ideal. Mid-trading, your battery dies on the mouse, I should say. Okay, let's see where our stop loss is. Need to get rid of these lines. So if this stops me out, I'll call it a night anyway, which is okay. You just got to know your limits. If the read is on, the read is on. If it's not. See, the thing I don't like about this, though, if we get a color change off of that, so if this red gets taken out, we're definitely going back long. Because that's a bounce off this moving average. The only thing in my favor is it's kind of late in the trend. But definitely if this level doesn't hold, we're definitely going a fair bit higher. And if this long fails to push through, we're kind of looking at an actual top. So we'll probably head back towards this red line for sure. So that's really good. That's really good. So I really like this. So there, we want to sort of target this blue line. I might just shift it out a bit. I'll see if there's another example. Kind of like this, gets away, comes backwards towards the blue line. Gets away, comes backwards towards the blue line. It's more so just about where's that blue line going to be when it comes. Yeah. Yeah, so I do like this. Let me figure out on the 5 minute where my target's going to be, because this is more potential for a 5 minute move. If anything, I probably want to take that out at the very least. Yeah, 130 ticks. So we might have to see if we can catch the reversal whale, which is a 2-leg move. So the way that two-leg move might look is something like this. Pushes down there, goes sideways, and then pushes down there. Maybe even push one is right to my target. So something like that. I am happy to leave this though, because this has a lot of potential to go short on the 5 minute, or at least back down to this section. So like my rule says, where is it? So like this is, don't trade fair. So which is moving the stop loss early. I'm actually surprised this one didn't follow through, but I'm not surprised that that just went for one more push, takes us out, and then this one here as well. This cleared a lot of the data towards the left. So that's this one here is the better entry candle. That one there, that's a better entry candle. Okay, but this looks really, really good. So happy to hold this, happy to see what happens with it. If anything, I'm a little undecided on is the target. So I'm decided whether I go more for I don't want to go too small, like more that, like a 1-to-1 risk to reward on the proper entry candle, because I do think this is like an actual top, just based on the 5 minute chart. So preferably I'd like to hold a little more risk. Just hold it a little longer. Or at least after leg one, if we get a big blow off leg one, then I'll just let it hit my target. Tim, check a comment in the chat if you can hear me properly. I'll zoom in a little bit closer then. Let's have a look. Only reason why I stay out a little bit is because I feel like when I zoom in a bit too close, I kind of lose sight of things. And so when I zoom out a bit, it helps me to put it more into perspective, because every candle looks massive when you zoom in. So any little bit of price action, well, that's actually a perfect target. It's a 1-to-1 target. But I get what you mean, because this is quite a big screen. Move. Clean it up a bit. So that's the fib of the run. So it still is in the top sort of 1/3, the top quarter, which, you want it to rest in this top quarter and then you can keep going long. It's just that it's quite late in this whole move. So if anyone was thinking going long, they sort of might have too much money. That really doesn't look good, does it? That's definitely not what you want to see. What you'd want to see is you want to see follow through on this. I mean, that's a risky spot to take from. But if that doesn't follow through, then that's really good for our shorts. Just depends what the 5-minute chart looks like and how much time's left. So if this fizzes off over the next 2.5 minutes, that's good for us. If it closes strong, then that's obviously not good for us. Yeah, so this week follow through, this is good for us. But this one here is more important to see what happens to the 5-minute. Especially because we want to play, so that's a color change. That when I first opened up the live, that's the color change I was talking about, that I thought it was a 2-minute chart. So you could play that. But all of this just going sideways it's in the top quarter or the top third, which is good for a rest, and then it gets ready for its next run. But if it starts playing around here and then we start getting a really strong red candle starts to close, like after this one, then that's really, really good for shorts. We just need this one to close weak. But same thing with that candle. That was flicked a bit quick. That's not what we want. A lot of sideways action though. I do think this is probably going to stop us out and go long. But if it doesn't, you could probably also short that bar. That's a topping tail bar, which shows a lot of weakness. Just the thing I don't like is this 5-minute chart. There's a lot of room back to the 50%, as well as down here. Just got to make sure you don't jump in too quick. Oh, there's a lot of buyers just coming in. What does that 5 minute look like? That's not what we want. I still would be very skeptical going long from here. So I don't know what all these people are trying to do. You want to go long down here when the two lines are close, not when they're extremely separated. This is like Bitcoin 110K plus. This is like Bitcoin 115, 120K. You know, as soon as a little bit of sell pressure comes in, it'll probably start crashing back down all the way down to Bitcoin 80K and Bitcoin 59K down here. Yeah, that's a very good. Come on, sellers. I just mimicked the 5 minute leg. So I just took that whole leg and just put it there. So that's where it's saying, and I was just checking to see what that can take out on the 5 minute chart. I mean, without just adding too many charts. So it'll probably take out that high up there, which is a big move, which is a crazy big move. But if this gets stopped out, we'll call it a night. It should be stopped out. I'm not sure what's happening. That's basically a loser anyway because it should have hit my stop loss. Well, that's crazy. If this doesn't follow through and this turns, that's going to be insane. Oh, wow. Well, if this red follows through, that'll be nuts. See, a few people would have probably taken this color change short right there as soon as the red, because it took out the highs, and then as soon as this red bar took this low of this green, entered. But that's crazy. If this 5 minute candle doesn't finish strong, I bet you there'll be people wanting to take that if it doesn't finish strong. Because a lot of people would have seen this happen. All this hit a high and then all this big sell-off come in. And so a lot of people probably want to jump in that same boat. Yeah, that was crazy. But it just depends on what happens with this. I'd say this very next candle, especially this 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, so it wasn't super strong. This creeping high is the thing that gets me. We're still slowly creeping, like nobody's coming in to sell. We just need one seller bar, one bear bar, just to come in and just basically wipe out all of that. And if that happens, that's a massive short. Might just be we're in a little early. Or maybe this next 5-minute candle will do it. So you can see we're at the top of the hill anyway, so I'm hoping to catch the downward movement. We just may be a little bit early, but like if one of these candles can just come in and just shut out all of this, a massive short, then it looks really, really good. Is this going to be the bar? So we just need a bit of follow through. I'm sure there'll be people trying to short this. Unless I'm the exit liquidity. Oh yeah, that's a very good candle. I am loading up because of the lack of follow through. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I put more entries than what I just did. So yeah, that's a 5-minute entry. Risk reward. Let's go there. If this doesn't pay, I'm cooked. I am cooked. Wait, did that even follow through? I know to get rid of these lines, these little arrows. Oh, that's absolutely not what you want to see. So this likely will be stopping me out, I guess. What does the 5-minute look like? Yeah, that was shocking follow through on the 5. Oh, there's no way that holds. If it does, that's legendary. Surely that's not going to hold. This is the funniest high ever. It's like getting super protected. I do think it's going to get taken out, but that's hilarious. This is definitely not the way you want to trade, for sure. So all it means is probably just jumping in a little bit early. At some point it will turn. At some point it will turn. That's just the nature of it. You just got to be careful that you're not taking it too early. But what you want is, like I said, with this section here, it's in the top third, which is usually just a rest, getting ready for another leg. It is 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3, but we don't have really a power bar short. So we want a red candle that just annihilates all of this. If you can annihilate all of that, then you just jump in. But yeah, I'll just do this trade. Then once it's done, about 7:30, so I'll call it night, jump off the charts, come back, Asia, there we go. That's all right. Oh, well, we probably got another big leg. Caroline. So if that's it there, we probably got the equivalent of maybe that. But yeah. All right, that's my first loss on stream. Tim, you were right. You were you jinxed. Nah, just joking. It's all good. All right, guys, I'll just jump off. Don't jump in early on the shorts. We've still got more on the long.